Hey, how's it going, everyone? Today I have here the 2021 Specialized Tarmac Pro SL7. This is a custom build-up with SRAM force with a SRAM red power meter, Roval CL50 wheels. It's a size 58, weighing at 16 pounds, 13 ounces. And we're at 7.63 kilos. Stay tuned to after the video where you hit a free body sound test on the Roval CL50s. Thank you, guys. Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is GC Performance here, back with another video. Today I have for you guys the Specialized Tarmac SL7 Pro. This is the frame set build-up, so it's in the matte black with the white color on there. It is a custom build, so we did on here a mix of different components. I believe this weight for it was 16 pounds, 13 ounces, and the retail on it after everything was done, I think it got to around $8,300. As you guys can tell, this thing is, we are dealing with a lot of wind right now here. We're in South Florida. We're about, like, I want to say 5 minutes away from the beach. We don't have hills or elevation or anything like that, but there's a ton of wind, so keep in mind, if you guys see me kind of run to the bike, this thing is doing its best job to stay aero, but it just wants to keep on moving. So we're just going to leave it like that for now. But let me go ahead and just kind of show off everything on the bike, and maybe this will inspire you guys or help you guys out with a build that you have coming up. So this is like I said, a Tarmac Pro frame set. It was the matte black and the white color. He chose to do SRAM force group on there, but we changed around the chain rings on here. He wanted a 50-37 chain ring, and he wanted a SRAM red power meter on there. The SRAM force group that I quoted him before didn't have the power meter, so he wanted this, and he had this on his previous bike. So it does have the SRAM force carbon crank arms on there, and then the SRAM red 50-37 with the cork power meter on there. The rear derailleur is going to be a SRAM force axis 12-speed, but you can see we added on the SLF ceramic oversized pulleys on there. Very nice touch. I mean, I've done a couple videos on this on my Instagram to show the continuous motion of it, how it just self-propels itself, how it keeps on pedaling. So nice big plus. And then it looks, I think the SLF matches SRAM force and SRAM red perfectly. I mean, you can see it has a touch of gray on there. The carbon fiber is a little bit more of that dullish color. It matches the group set perfectly on there. So I mean, I'm just gonna give you guys a couple shots there. But I think he did an outstanding job. He also found we had a pair of the Roval CL50 wheel sets sitting back there, so I think the bike matches astounding. Handlebars as well. It is a size 58, but these are Aerofly's 42. So this is a Specialized S-Works Aerofly bar. It's a size 42. He prefers a little bit smaller cockpit. He used to do a bunch of triathlons and TTs as well, so he prefers a little bit smaller cockpit, being used to that aero bar position. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and start off from the front. We have SRAM force shifters, front and rear. They are hydraulic. They are wireless. It's the axis. It's a 12-speed. So you shift here. You shift here. That's how it shifts on the bike. Wireless shifting, great. Looks amazing. We went the Supercast tape. We did the reverse wrap in here as well. So the bar tape wraps right here. Goes all the way down to the plug. We have the S-Works Aerofly bar in here. We have the two little bar plugs, the plastic plugs. Keep in mind when you did do this build, the bar does not come with these plastic plugs. I talked about this in previous videos. But the frame set, like this frame set, came with these plastic plugs, so he's all set. With a 58 frame set, they do come with their own stem as well. The stem is included in the price of the bike. So the stem was a Specialized Tarmac stem. It's a 110 stem, but the Pro stems will come with a black bolts. They're just kind of painted on there, whereas the S-Works stems come with the titanium bolts. That's the only difference between the Pro and the S-Works stems. On here it's going to say Specialized, and on the S-Works stems will say S-Works with titanium bolts. So keep that in mind. You have the little cover cap. With the bikes as well, they do come with the integrated Garmin mounts as well. So we have the mounts we're going to put on later on, depending on what computer he chooses, either Garmin, Wahoo, Cat Eye, whatever, you name it. And it also has a little GoPro mount under there as well. The bike is a fully integrated cockpit, so we can see underneath here, the cables are ran through the handlebar, underneath the stem, goes down through the spacers, and then into the head tube where they pop out for the front brake and the rear brake as well. That's the only two cables you have to worry about because this is SRAM. Everything is wireless, so you only have to worry about the two hydraulic brakes. If we ever do want to change the stem or lower the stem, if you want to make it longer or shorter, or if you want to lower spacers, we do not have to cut the brakes. We do not have to lower or re-bleed them. Everything is very easy. These spacers do break away. We go over here, we can see a little, hopefully you get it right there, a little breakaway point, so we can pull those spacers off. We can drop them. We can adjust these bars the height we want them, get them set to the position we want them in before we actually make the point to cut the stem. So big plus. I love Specialized integration systems on there. As though it doesn't look the clean, I mean, it looks very clean, but it might not look as clean as like a Madone or something that's fully integrated, but the adjustability is way better. So big fan of that. Again, it's that matte black color. I'm going to show that off real quick. It's a raw carbon look. It's not a finished carbon, so the Specialized is known for doing this. So if you ever see these carbon bikes with this kind of uneven finish look to like little patterns inside the frame, that's normal. This is just all the raw material on there. People say that, oh, it's a scratch, it's broken. Some people don't like it. Reason why they do that is the raw finish, when they don't cover it, it's actually a little bit lighter, and they just said it looks a little bit more carbon. So I'm a big fan of it. I've seen it on Specialized bikes for a long time, but it looks cool to me. So you have the white logo there, you have the Specialized logo right there going down, and then you have the Tarmac logo in the back as well. And I'll show off a little bit more. This is a Fact 10R frame. So the difference between the Pro frame and the S-Works frame is that the Specialized Pro Tarmac frame will be made out of 10R carbon. The S-Works frame will be made out of 12R carbon, so keep that in mind. Wheels we chose to do were the Roval, Specialized Roval CL50 wheel. We have on here Continental Grand Prix 5000 700 by 28 tires. Don't turn on me. Don't turn on me. Don't turn on me. That's what I thought. Fuck me. Damn it. Okay, dude. You have the Roval branded hubs on there. We have the through axle for the bike. Keep in mind, if this is your first ever disc brake bike and you do have a flush through axle system with no handle, keep in mind that you will have to have a multi-tool on you, a 6mm Allen key if you ever do get a flat. So it is a little bit of a pain in the butt. But again, CL50 wheel set, these are tubeless ready. You do have to buy the valves if you buy CL. CLX come with the valves, CLs do not. So you do have to buy the valves, but the rims are tubeless ready. They're not ceramic bearings in there. And then we have a 700 by 28 tire in here. These are not the tubeless ready either. These are tubes for just simplicity. We have on here the SRAM Force rotors with the Shimano center lock ring, 160 front, and then the SRAM Force flat mount disc brake. Gosh, I'm dyslexic. You have the Specialized logo going down the back. We have the size 50 area there. We have the two Specialized water belt bolts. If you ever notice too, on the Pro frames, they'll say Specialized on the water belt bolts. On the S-Works frames, they'll say S-Works around there. So if you really want to show off to your friends you have S-Works bikes, get some S-Works bolts. They'll look badass. Bottom bracket is new for this year for the Tarmac SL7. It is a threaded bottom bracket. So there is no more of that press fit or that BB30 OSBB. This is now threaded, so there's less noise in there. We're using a SRAM dub bottom bracket with a SRAM dub force crank. So that's a plus. We have in the rear here a SRAM Force flat mount brake in the rear. And then again, a SRAM Force disc brake caliper in the rear. It's a 160 combo front rear. And then the back through axle is in a 6mm bolt as well. Tire is a 700 by 28. 700 by 28 Continental Grand Prix 5000. And then, like I said, on the chain, I think we went with a SRAM red chain because that's the only chain we had in stock at the moment. And then we have the SRAM Force rear derailleur, and then the SLF Motion OSPW. I've done a video on them in the past, but they make a really great oversized pulley on here. These are $495. They're coated bearings, so this would be the equivalent to Ceramic Speed's $625 OSPW. 6-year warranty, and the carbon fiber is really chunky. It looks great, and they're actually lighter. So, but it matches that Force perfectly. I think the bike came out great. Cassette's a 1026 in the rear, SRAM Force, and then it is a Roval hub on there. I believe it's just a DT350 hub. It's just a Roval branded hub. But I do have a free body sound test at the end of the video, so stay tuned to that. Saddle, we went with a Specialized Power saddle. Very hard to find. This was a 155 Specialized Power Pro. I have it sitting in stock, so that means that the saddle body is carbon. The rails are titanium. So we have the alloy clamps on here, and then you have the Specialized integrated seat post. This is a Tarmac SL7 integrated seat post. This is where the junction box would be at if you had one, but this is going to be SRAM, so they have a different cover plate there. You have a little S-Works logo right there. And then to ever lower or heighten it, all you have to do is just lift up this rubber flap. 4mm bolt right there. That's your torque spec, your G to G. So that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you got any questions, leave a comment down below. Thank you guys for everything, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. All right, guys, here we got the Roval CL50s with the SRAM Axis Force XDR driver body on there. I have to pedal backwards because the SLF pushes it forward. All right, thank you guys.